Tremendous. Michael Ginder. So we get set for the opening face-off. Koby Ginder for the Princeton Tigers. And it'll be Jack Fine for the Syracuse Orange. Syracuse wins the opening draw. Sam Alexo carries it into the offensive end for the Orange. And we're underway on what's a really nice Saturday for Lacrosse. Alexo across the front, and after the face-off win for the Orange, they're on the scoreboard 15 seconds in.
That's one way to get things going in a game that this coaching staff and teams believe is a playoff game. Win the opening faceoff, take it down with the long pole, and the bouncer beats Gianfrancaro, and the Orange go up 1-0 here in Princeton. What a start for the Orange.
Fourth goal of the season for Sam Alexo, the junior from Annapolis. He's second in the ACC in caused turnovers, but goal number 4, point number 6. Faceoffs will be interesting to watch here today. Neither team has done a great job this season. This time a whistle against the Orange. Possession awarded to the Tigers. For Syracuse, they brought in a transfer from Canisius, Johnny Richusa. He was their primary faceoff man. Up until a couple weeks ago, Jack Fine has taken 49 draws now the last 3 weeks after taking 45 up to that point. Shot comes in.
His comfortable spot, that lefty wing, but he's proven that he can be effective in other positions on the field, and we get a procedural call off.
And up scoring. Clean face-off win for the sophomore out of Roslyn, New York, Jack Fine. He'll kick it back out to Cole Curse, the transfer from Lehigh. Of course, the name Coast of transfers. They've got 10 transfers on the roster. Nearly 80% of their scoring coming from players who weren't on the field last year.
How about this? Syracuse playing a little make it, take it.
Mark with a clean face-off win. He'll set up Cole Kirst. 3 in a row for the Orange to make it 4-1 here early.
We've talked about a lot of youngsters. This time it is the grad student, Cole Kirst. Tremendous career at Lehigh. Takes the grad year under Gary Gate at Syracuse, and he's had a huge impact, as we said, just like every member of the Curse family has pretty much on every team they've played on.
Princeton without their starter in the face-off ex Tyler Sandoval, who was a big reason they got to the Final Four last year. Neither of these teams has done a great job winning face-offs, but so far today, 4-1 Orange lead in that category. 4-1 Orange lead on the scoreboard.
It's going to be McMeekin in there for the Tigers, trying to solve Syracuse at the X, but cannot. And that is going to be huge for Syracuse if they can have a dominant day at the face-off X.
Yes.
Those games, some of the best we've ever seen, and legends in each one of those photos.
McMeekin, the freshman, a Ringhofer, somehow maintains the handle, gets it to Stannett, and now the Tigers will settle in on the attack. 4 straight goals by Syracuse. The Orange had a 1-0 lead, and then Princeton's 6th goal of the season. He has missed the last 2 games after starting the first 6. Last year, 46 goals for Princeton. That's the 5th most in a single season in program history. Carried that over into the summer, the U.S. under-21 national team. Brennan around, so Matt Madelon, Jim Mitchell is offensive coordinator. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ringhofer's got his 5th. Meanwhile, a whistle against the Tigers gives it back to Syracuse with a 2-goal lead here late. Now, he's the nation's leader in freshman points. Bryant's Jack Lonzinger came into the day with 1 more goal. Lonzinger had 29. Spallina before that one had 28. Another face-off win for the Orange, 8-2 in that category, and a timeout taken by Gary Gate with just under 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Really smart timeout. As the long pole gets it into the offensive half, but going. And we'll see, again, McMeekin at the X for Princeton, but no one's been able to solve it. Nice job there by Jack Fine in getting yet another possession for the Syracuse Orange. Again, this is going to go a long way in determining the outcome of this game, because needless to say, you can't score unless you can get that ball. Push towards the side with the ball, but you need eyes in the back of your head when there's a player like Spallina sitting on the crease.
McMeekin wins the face-off cleanly, gets it into Ringhofer, who had it rocked.
You need to push towards the side with the ball, but you need eyes in the back of your head when there's a player like Spallina sitting on the crease.
McMeekin wins the face-off cleanly, gets it into Ringhofer, who had it rocked back, thought about it, but with Princeton down by 4, they'll get their offense on the field. McMeekin stays on, lets it fly. It's a safe shot, and now he'll hustle off and get Alex Slusher into the fray.
Time and room, you gotta let it fly. There was some heat on that one, but as you said, no harm, no.
Last week, 2 goals against Brown. His first career multi-goal game in his second start. Face-off violation. Flag will come in as it's the 3rd infraction here in the first half.
So not only is Princeton not.
Syracuse, one of the nation's top man-up units, will go right back out on the 6-on-5.
Yeah, so not only are Princeton not winning face-offs, but they're also getting the violation. So it's almost, you know, it's kind of just compounding itself. You're not getting possession. Now you're sitting, and we'll see. Here's Joey Spallina again. The left of your screen. Miles an hour, we'll just go with 22 since it's Syracuse. That's going to be another flag, or should be, and there is one.
Likely a hold against the Tigers on the face-off win by Jack Fine, who's now won 11 of 14 for the Orange.
Princeton's got to settle down, play disciplined lacrosse.
Razor! Fouls on White, 14, hold, 30, shot clock 80.
5A League selection, 12th goal of the season, point number 14 for the Ontario native. One of those 8 players in this game out of Culver Academy. They all won a couple of national championships there. Timeout taken by Princeton, so the Tigers take.
Joey Spallina, 31 goals this season.
Princeton goes back to Koby Ginder at the face-off X. And it'll be Syracuse emerging Max Rosa with the ground ball off the face-off wing. Gets it into Owen Hiltz. Sam Alexo had it for a second, and now they'll get the offense.
But that time, Stevens on the doorstep, a lot easier.
2 shots today by Stevens. 2 man-up goals by the senior out of Ontario. Back to a 3-goal contest. Syracuse is led by as many as 4. It seems like Princeton keeps lethal shooter well above 40% in his career. He's got a couple today. Face-off win for the Tigers, just their 5th of the contest. Stevens has 2 goals. He thought about it. Instead, 15 goals, 17 assists for Vardaro, up above 30 points once again. Second straight clean face-off win. Koby Ginder doing it himself. A little bit of momentum for the Tigers as they try.
Tigers within 2.
Mackesy last year as a freshman had 43 goals. That was the 4th most. I should say 43 points. 4th most in a season by a Princeton freshman. Whistle on the face-off. Possession to the Tigers.
This is the first time that the Tigers are stringing together possessions.
Tigers have 2 in a row and 4 of the last.
And again, what has sparked this? Face-offs, getting possessions. Nothing there. Both players kind of fell there. This is a good old-fashioned scrum. This is old-school lacrosse at its best. That one's going to be a push, though, on Bo Pedersen.
So eventually possession awarded to the Orange, now with just a 1-goal lead. Syracuse led by as many as 4. Princeton, though, has scored 3 in a row. Game that's had a little bit of everything. We haven't talked a lot about the goaltending, and you would think, okay, 10-9, high-scoring. Simmons, the transfer to Spallina. Leo buries that one, the freshman with the goal. 2-goal lead for Syracuse as we approach the 1-minute mark here in the second quarter. Koby Ginder wins it for the Tigers against Jack Fine. 10 seconds to go. Here comes Princeton with Jake Stevens. He's got 2 goals today. Stevens has it knocked away by Sam Alexo. Syracuse picks up the 50-50 ball. Kakemo seeks refuge in the.
I think Dartmouth gets its first Ivy League win since 2015 over Harvard, so Harvard should lose to Cornell, but they're tied up. It's tough. It's a very tough league. In this 7-team league, again, Columbia, the only member of the Ancient Eight without a Division I men's lacrosse program, but they will host the tournament up in New York.
Good. 17th goal of the season, 2nd today for Syracuse. Another face-off violation awarding possession to the Orange.
Still one more cursed in the high school pipe.
The head and neck, they now leave it up to the official If it's excessive, it's 3 minutes direct contact, 2 minutes indirect. It's a 1 minute penalty.
And I got one replay on that, but at first blush looked like you could have made the case. That's head and neck.
Tigers once again within 3. They've trailed by as many as 4.
The Princeton Tigers, Koby Ginder in there, 99 for the Tigers. And Syracuse with an easy push-it-forward win.
8 of their 14 goals by first-year players, led by 4 by Spallina. 14-10 Orange on top. Faceoffs now 18-10 in favor of Syracuse. It's been Jack Fine out there. Johnny Ricciuti. Aside from that, just a really, really young group out there. 80% of their scoring coming from guys who weren't on the team last year. They were either injured, they were playing for another school, or they were still in high school.
Yeah, the future is bright for the Syracuse Orange regardless of what. But what he's able to do in close and at X is scary. That's going to be a push on Princeton. And again, Syracuse is going to find a way to score and get possession right back. And that's been the story of why they just keep having this 4-goal lead. They're just hovering there. Princeton just on 3 205-pound goaltender, but he gave him a little space, and McAsee found it.
Mark made 10 saves in the first half. He's made just 1 here in the second half. Coulter McAsee's got the hat trick once again.
Games.
Talked about it. They've met 4 times in the NCAA championship game, including 3 straight years, 2000, 2001, 2002. First time they've locked horns in a decade since 2013.
Very, very special one.
I'd say this is as wide open as the tournament field is going to be. Last year heading in, it was okay. It's Maryland, and then can anybody beat Maryland? Here, who's the favorite? If you ask 10 people, you might get 5 or 6 answers.
You're absolutely right. And how about Maryland?
Recruits, according to Inside Lacrosse, Michael Leo, number 26, Finn Thompson, number 5, Joey Spallina, as we've mentioned a couple times, the number 1 recruit